Mank. This movie that I really liked. It's from one of my favorite movie directors, film directors, named David Fincher. So he made this movie. I really enjoy his movies. So basically, what is this movie about? This is about if you have seen Citizen Kane, which is actually this movie is based on, or rather, is about the filming of Citizen Kane, or not the filming, the writing, actually, to be precise. So Citizen Kane is a movie. It's very popular, mostly in America. Americans, there's a, if you talk about art house audience, then if you ask them, what do you think is the best movie of all time? I mean, art house American audience, a lot of them will actually say that, yeah, I think Citizen Kane is like the best movie of all time. And I feel like Citizen Kane is actually very highly rated. I mean, it's got a good critic score on IMDb or anywhere. As you can see, Rotten Tomatoes got 100% Rotten Tomatoes, 100% Metacritic. 100% Metacritic is a big deal because there are few movies that have got 100% a Metacritic score, like The Godfather. You can see here in Citizen Kane, it's got 100 Metacritic score, which is kind of insane. I mean, it's very few movies. I'll show you. See, number one is Citizen Kane. So I have seen Citizen Kane. Personally, if you ask me, I will be very honest. I watched this movie, I think 2 or 3 years ago. I was I'm 23 now. I was 20 years old, around 20, 21 years old when I watched this movie. Now I'm growing up in India. I'm from India. I'm from Kolkata. I'm a Bengali person, so I don't have a lot of context as to like background understanding of as when it comes to background analysis or understanding of this movie. First of all, it's released in 1947, which is long time ago. 1940s. That's a long time ago. A lot of people in today's generation probably even not even heard of this movie. Even Americans, I probably in today's time, I don't think they know about this movie. A lot of them, and even if they know, they probably have just heard the name. Just Citizen Kane. Kane is a classic movie. Like Godfather, still a lot of people know about this. So as you can see, there are very few movies. I'll show you. Citizen Kane, Godfather. These are classic, considered to be classic movies. Alfred Hitchcock classic, Rear Window. This is not Alfred Hitchcock. I think this is Casablanca. These are all classic. Boyhood, again underrated movie. Three Colors Red, the French movie. Vertigo, all the classic ones. Now you can see only 8 movies, 100 Metacritic score, and one of them is Citizen Kane, and that is like number one. It comes Citizen Kane. So this is like a critics love this movie. And there's a certain history behind this movie, which is like there's a political significance of this movie. And during that time in America, in California, I think there was a political significance attached to this movie, Citizen Kane. So now Mank is, as you can see, it's a biography. Mank is about the making of Citizen Kane. It's about the making of the movie, and specifically, as I've seen the movie, it's actually about the writing that went behind this movie. And there's like a whole controversy surrounding this topic. Who really wrote Citizen Kane? And this movie has, again, after a long period of time, sorry, not Citizen Kane, this Mank has again started the conversation surrounding this whole thing as to who actually wrote. Now, what is Mank? Mank is actually the biography of of this guy, Herman J. Mankiewicz. So it's called. He's commonly referred to as a Mank by his like work colleagues and people in his life call him Mank, like a quick way. Yeah, Mank. So this is actually the biography of this guy. Now the controversy is that actually what happened is, uh, if you have seen Citizen Kane, you know that movie. It's an RKO production movie. So RKO is actually a as you can see, writers is the original screenplay. Now IMDb is saying this is original screenplay. Writers Herman J. Mankiewicz. But the problem is that this guy, there's the controversy that this guy did not want to share the writing credits with Herman J. Mankiewicz. Although the controversy, according to this movie, at least in the movie, they show that Herman J. Mankiewicz actually wrote the entire movie. He actually wrote the original screenplay. And Orson Welles had nothing to do with any writing. He basically did nothing. He recruited. He actually recruited Herman to for writing a movie. He told him that I'll give you 60 days. You write me a movie that the audience is gonna love, and I need something new, something fresh. He was looking for something fresh. And if you notice the time period in which Citizen Kane was released, it says released in 1941. It was released in 1940-41. But the writing took place, maybe 2-3 years prior to that. It was the post-Depression era. As you know, at that time it was the Depression. It was the time of the Great Depression, and things were really bad. I mean, people couldn't afford anything. I mean, kind of like the times we're living right now. Maybe, although maybe I don't know if it's that bad, like the Great Depression or something. But although Wikipedia is the economic depression caused by COVID-19 can be probably compared to the Great Depression era. Anyhow, so during that was the Depression era. The Great Depression was going on at that time. It was a post. I mean, it was during that time the Great Depression was going on. People couldn't afford buying movie tickets. They show that in the movie. There's a scene where MGM, the owner of MGM, is asking his employees that I request you, I'm requesting that you accept my proposal of rolling back salaries. So salary cut, not exactly salary cut, but a rolling back of salaries. They have to wait for their salaries. And everybody was shocked that how are we going to survive? Salary cut, what are you saying? How will we live on that? How are we supposed to go on with our lives? And they show the entire depression thing and how people are suffering. There's a scene where there's there's a scene where there's like a politician giving speech about like how the current government has failed its people, and how the depression has completely destroyed the American economy, and so on and so forth. There's a speech. This is the scene where this guy, was playing the role of the director of MGM Studios, and he's telling his employees, these are all his employees who work at MGM, that I request you, because times are really tough, you have to roll back your salaries, which is really horrible and really horrifying. A lot of that happening right now. This guy playing the role for the MGM director. This is Gary Oldman, as you can see. He's in the character of Mank, Herman Mankiewicz. He and this guy is playing his brother. This is the character of Mankiewicz's brother. He's also another Mankiewicz, Herman's brother. And this is a scene where they both got recruited to MGM Studios by the boss man. And it's actually a good movie, and I really liked it. I mean, It's about art. It's an art house film. So if you're an art house fan, I was actually waiting for this movie. I generally wait for movies made by directors like David Fincher, Martin Scorsese, or Quentin Tarantino, people like them. Specifically, these three directors, and yes, Christopher Nolan too. I specifically till at this point in my life, I wait for, I check IMDb that what project are they working next. For example, Quentin Tarantino, last I heard, is working on he's probably gonna come out with a TV series of what's that series he was talking about, yeah, that he was gonna that he showed in his last movie, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Going to make he's gonna make that TV show, that Western TV show which he showcased in his movie Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I'm forgetting the name, but anyways, he's going to work on a TV series. David Fincher has recently worked on a Netflix series, Mindhunter. And by the way, this is again a Netflix film, and the character development is really good. Acting, if you cannot watch a movie, if you appreciate good character development, high level of acting, good character development, if you enjoy that kind of stuff, basically art house stuff, then you're gonna love this movie. And the way this movie is shot is actually really spectacular. I mean, basically, if you like, for example, I was watching this movie and my brother walked into my room and he thought I was watching a movie that was made in the 1930s or 40s, in that era. I mean, he had no clue whatsoever that this movie is a very recent movie, basically. So this is actually, and it's not just that it's black and white or something. It's actually the entire movie is has the essence of the old times. Like, you will see stuff like cigarette burns in the movie, which I'm not going to go into a lot of detail here. Cigarette burn. If you in old days, when during the 1930s or 40s, when movies were made, there was no digital camera, or digital technology was not there. The filmmaking technologies. Films were recorded on film reels, those manual, mechanical reels. They were burned into it directly. So when I think that I don't exactly know what it's about, but there is, like, when one reel is over and the other continues in the final editing of the movie. During the final editing of the movie, you have to actually attach physical reels. Like, one strip of a reel, you attach the end with the beginning of another, and you have to, like, seal the entire thing, and that becomes like a long chain of reel. And that reel is basically the movie. That is the movie, and that plays on this in the theaters. We used to play, and when during that joining portion, when during the movie, when that joining portion comes, there is you can see on the screen a big black burning mark. It's called a cigarette burn. Whatever. That's just a thing. So basically, if you probably understand, this movie is mainly for art house fan bases, and it's a very unique film. Certainly, it's a rare movie, but it's definitely, I enjoyed it. It's a classic, but it's going to be a cult classic. It's not going to be a mainstream classic. Obviously not. I cannot expect it to be a mainstream classic. As you can see, the movie was released, I think, 4th December 2020 in USA. Very recently released. It's got 27,000 votes on IMDb, which is actually very less. I mean, it's quite low. I mean, I would expect this kind of low number of voters for a film like this, because this is again a cult film. It's a movie about movies. If you're passionate about art and filmmaking, then this movie something that you will most probably enjoy. You'll have a good time with. Sound direction, sound design, um, the soundtrack or an entire sound aspect of the movie is absolutely great. There's no problem in that. There's no complaints there. Movie can feel a bit boring. Most people will find it very boring. Even I won't say I found it boring, but I was kind of losing interest in somewhere in between. But I definitely love this movie nonetheless. I mean, this is just I'll just play the trailer. This is just a kind of movie that I really enjoy. I mean, it's just something that I really enjoy in movies like this.
Mank, it's Orson Welles.
What is it the writer says? Tell the story you know.
Okay, so like this the movie here, this guy in the beginning, this guy that is entering in a white hat, this guy is Orson Welles, who is the current considered to be the fake writer of Citizen Kane, the movie. Who actually there's this allegation that actually Herman Mankiewicz wrote that film. He had nothing to do with it, but in the end, Herman had to actually fight for the writing credits. I mean, if you just watch the movie,
it's Orson Welles.
What is it the writer says? Tell the story you know.
Doing a really great job. In the trailer only you can see.
Ready and willing to hunt the great white whale?
Just call me Ahab.
This is different. This is about something.
I read your little script. You pick a fight with Willie. You are finished.
That's one aspect.
Ahab.
This is different. This is about something.
I read your little script. You pick.
This movie is for
You pick a fight with Willie. You are finished. You pick a little script.
As you can see, the sky here. The sky is I don't know how to explain this. Like this cloudy kind of ashy sky. This is a signature trademark of old black and white movies. It's like the sky is always
You
like
pick
this.
fight
No
with
matter
Willie.
how
You are finished.
Please don't ask us to help you in
like
this
this
sad
cloudy
deception.
I am not asking you to help.
There's a
I am
war
telling
going
you.
on
At this
somewhere.
rate, you will never finish. The story is so
You
scattered.
mean it's a mess?
I gave you a second chance.
I cannot thank you enough.
Everybody plays amazing. Not just
Please be mindful
wrong
of
with
those
the
who
Gary
care about you
Oldman
most.
album.
Mank.
Although he kind of he did.
Mr. Mankiewicz.
For the actions he roles for Class A actor, he did an absolutely amazing job. No wonder. I mean, I loved it. After a long time, actually, I was lucky enough to witness such ingenious character development and great acting, nonetheless. The director of this movie. You probably know him from movies like Seven. He was the director of Zodiac, Gone Girl, The Social Network. All of these are absolutely amazing. But Mank is very different. Mank is absolutely different. He has never made. He's always into crime thriller. He'll make movies that will chill your bones, basically. Crime thrillers like Seven. If you watch Seven, you will feel like vomiting. It's so chill, and you'll feel like bone chilling. Movies that are bone chilling, like Seven, Zodiac. My God, I was watching this at night. It's bone chilling. You'll lose your sleep at night. How terrifying the movies he makes. But Mank is just amazing and very different. It's a very new approach for David Fincher. Absolutely love the guy. Love the movie. Basically, I really love this kind of movies and just thought of making a video on it. So that's about it. That's all I just wanted to say. So thank you for watching the video, and yeah, thanks for watching. See ya.